Hey y'all, my name is Adina Barnett Miller, but I'm known to my students as Mrs. B. I've been passionate about West Virginia history for as long as I can remember, but my mom would tell you it all started when I was 3 years old and she bought me a West Virginia counties puzzle at Gino's Pizza. I've taught history in Ripley, West Virginia for over 20 years now, and I'm an adjunct professor who teaches college West Virginia history to high school students. Please join me for West Virginia History with Mrs. B, a field trip across the Mountain State to walk in the footsteps of those who came before us. Hey y'all, it's West Virginia History with Mrs. B, and
Babe,
we are on the Amtrak train, and it's starting to move, and we are in Charleston, and we are headed to the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. So our plan is to give you a tour of West Virginia by train today. So we're so excited.
We're now departing Charleston, West Virginia. About 30 minutes, 30, half an hour. We will be in Montgomery, West Virginia. Once again, folks, our next station stop will be Montgomery, West Virginia in about a half hour. 30 minutes, 30.
So that's where we're headed next, is to Montgomery. We're following the historic Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad line, and so I'm so excited because I love this train track and its history. It was finished in 1873 through the brand new state of West Virginia, and so we are going to go through Charleston, Montgomery, Prince. Is it Prince first or Thurman? Prince.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you just got on the train in Charleston, I'm going to come by now and scan your tickets.
White Sulphur Springs.
And White Sulphur Springs.
If you got on in Charleston, stop me as I walk by because I'm going to be getting your tickets.
All right, so we'll give a quick look here at the east end of Charleston,
As I
across
get
the Kanawha River.
my phone out so we can scan. Look at that. Can't wait to see the Capitol.
The road here on the near side, McCorkle Avenue, named for Governor William McCorkle. Over on the far side, on the other side of the River Canal Boulevard.
Here's the Frontier Building.
The Columbia Gas Building.
And then we're going to go past the University of Charleston coming up.
Ooh.
There's their sports complex, part of their sports complex for baseball, which is pretty nice.
Of course, the Golden Dome of the state capitol.
Across from the University of Charleston, makes one of the best views in all of West Virginia. Right there is the university. Look at that golden dome. She's
Well, now we can't because there's a bunch of trees here.
There you go. You got the golden dome shot.
And as we exit the UC campus, we are headed into the what we affectionately call Kanawha City here, the section east of town, south of the Kanawha River. It's still part of Charleston, but it's, I guess for lack of a better word, a neighborhood here in Charleston. As we start to pick up some speed here, and we're coming by CAMC Memorial.
Were you born here?
Yes, I was born there.
Okay. All right. For just those of you following along, I was not born here. I was born at Jackson General in Ripley. Way back in the day. Look at that. That's the new cancer center for CEMC. And there's another UC complex. Ooh, someone's perfume smells good.
We're here in the back end of the residential area of Kanawha City here. A few older homes.
It's a really sweet little neighborhood.
Street sign says Lancaster Avenue.
It's so different to see, your hometown from a train.
Absolutely.
Hey Dave, you should tell them about your family trip, your big trip you did.
Yeah, I have not been on Amtrak in nearly 40 years because as a kid, we took a family out and got on back in Charleston there at the station, and we made the trip to Montgomery. And then we caught the KRT and came back to Charleston afterwards. And I think we also did that in kindergarten as well.
That's so cool.
One of the perks of being in Kanawha County schools, I guess.
Yeah. So, a lot of people like to take the Amtrak because, West Virginia is gorgeous, and we're getting ready to go through the new River Gorge here coming up. But, if you're from the Kanawha Valley, you can hop on in Charleston, or you can hop on in Huntington, and you can have a beautiful day trip all the way down to somewhere like Hinton or to Alderson, and there's the Jaeger Bridges. I'm going to get those from the train perspective.
The iconic Jaeger Bridge.
And now we're paralleling the interstate.
West Virginia Turnpike.
Yep. But you can hop on the train and go down to somewhere like White Sulphur Springs for the day, have a day trip to the Greenbrier, and then take the train home. So the train runs, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I think?
I believe so.
So not every day of the week, but 3 days a week's pretty good. So, man, look at that view. It's an all new perspective.
Yep.
Now, I've done this train trip once. We are headed to Washington, D.C. And I've done this train trip one time, and I was not in a good mental health space. I'd had a family member pass away in the 2016 flood, and I had to get to Washington, and so I took the train because it was like last minute, and one-way plane ticket was like $800. So I took the train. I was not a good mental health headspace to really enjoy it, and there was just so much destruction, there, especially in the Greenbrier Valley. It was very hard to look at and enjoy. So I'm really hoping today we get to enjoy this trip and just kick back and enjoy the views. So do we want to?
We're leaving Charleston, headed towards Marmet. Let's pick up probably in
Closer to
the
Montgomery.
Pratt Handley area before we get to Montgomery.
That sounds perfect, Dave. We'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, folks, we're a little east or upstream of the Kanawha River in eastern Kanawha County. We just went through by the community of Pratt, and we're getting ready to come up on our next stop of Montgomery. But I wanted to start recording
look
a
at that
little
cemetery.
earlier. Yeah,
That's huge.
because we are getting ready to, on the other side of the river is the community of London. And I wanted to get the London locks, because had I been a thinking individual at Marmet, I would have gotten those locks. But you can see there are the locks.
Well, and you can see how much more narrow the river is here at this point by
Right.
the time you get to London. This is the last set of locks on the Kanawha River.
Right.
And these are all built, if you look at the architecture, these were all built in the 1930s as new build projects. And look how much higher the water is on the back end.
Right.
Too much good zoom. So Dave, what do you think of your train experience so far?
This is lovely. It's been a while since, I've been on Amtrak, and don't know why we didn't do this sooner.
I know, especially since we had a gift card from your mom to do it.
Yep.
I know why we haven't done it sooner.
Why is that?
Car accident, national boards.
We haven't had the time.
We really haven't had the time. That's why. But now things are
we are getting ready to cross into Fayette County, which the city of Montgomery straddles the county line there.
I'm going to say part of it's in Kanawha County, part of it's in Fayette County. The train station is in Fayette County.
And of course, what you're seeing across the river is pretty much...
It's a huge coal, sorting facility, cleaning facility.
And you see plenty of that in this part of West Virginia here.
And that road on the other side, that is what we call Midland Trail. It's US Route 60.
Right.
And so you drive past that on that side of the river. So, but we are now coming into Montgomery. Now, Montgomery, I think, has always had a train station, and in large part that was because of the college.
Right. What was the West Virginia Institute of Technology. In 1997, WVU got involved with it, and the university started to crumble, and they moved the campus down to the former Mountain State University in Beckley. And as the college went by the wayside, pretty much so has the city of Montgomery, West Virginia. I mean, there is hardly anything left here in this community, and it's another one of those tragic stories of West Virginia, of what was once a bustling boom town here, driven by coal and the railroad.
And the college.
And the college. All you have left is a hospital. And I think once that hospital goes, so will the community. Of course, you can't go anywhere in West Virginia without seeing Gino's Pizza.
You can technically. Eastern Panhandle, I don't think there's any Gino's.
But in this part of the state. And of course, the street signs, taking a look at that, they are blue and gold for the colors of the college that used to be here.
All right.
We are starting to slow down here.
Now, this train, there's...
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be Montgomery, West Virginia. Once again, it's Montgomery, West Virginia.
This is one that does not have a station attendant. There's, it's a very quick stop.
And of course, keeping up with old schools, there in the background, you see the old Montgomery High School. Closed a long time ago when they consolidated the valley on the other side of the river. By the way, Chris Calagrasso, the guy we heard on the radio this morning, hon, he's from here in Montgomery.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, he's really good. I love his radio show.
So, as we stop for folks to either get on or get off here.
So our next two stations that we're actually going to go through are going to be in Fayette County. We are in Fayette County. We've crossed the line from Kanawha to Fayette. So, but the next two stops are
Thurmond and Prince.
Yes. Thurmond, a town of 5 residents, has its own train station because it's in the middle of the new River Gorge National Park. So I think we'll probably film a lot of what's coming up because we're going to go by some really important West Virginia things, including Kanawha Falls, where the new river meets the Gauley River. We're going to go through Hawk's Nest. We're going to see all kinds of goodies.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're excited. So I did pack a big book to read, but I'm not going to read that book until we get out of once we're out of West Virginia. I don't care. So, but I'm excited for being in West Virginia and staring out the train window because the train gives you a different
perspective of everything that you don't see from the air or on the road.
Because you're higher up.
Right, you're higher up, and usually, I do 99.9% of the driving. Oh, Dave, look at that. What is it? I can't see it. I'm focused on the road.
And now Dave gets to look out the window and enjoy it with y'all. So you want to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll pick up.
Yeah, we'll pick up as soon as we start moving again, and bring you more of Fayette County, West Virginia on Amtrak. Well, I just want to get the last bit of Montgomery here. The Archie Talley building, who was from here in Montgomery. And I think we'll come down here one of these days and do much more on the city of Montgomery and its rise and fall.
Oh yeah, that's the great thing about this, is that there's so many stories still left to tell, and we're never going to run out of stories.
Right.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wonder what that was. Calagrasso, if you're watching this, let us know. And the Montgomery Bridge.
Yep, there you go. That goes over to Route 16.
And over to the
ladies and gentlemen, we are now departing
No way.
Montgomery, West Virginia. In about 50 minutes, that's 50. We'll be at our next station stop of Thurman, West Virginia. Once again, folks, that's going to be Thurman, West Virginia in 50 minutes, 50. That'll be our next stop.
There's a lot to see between here and Thurman.
Yeah.
At least geographically.
I'm going to go ahead and give that friendly reminder one more time, just so everybody knows. We have put a lot of people on the last couple stops. The next smoke stop, next scheduled smoke stop will be about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that'll be Charlottesville, Virginia. Charlottesville, Virginia is going to be your next smoke stop at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, our cafe car is open. If you need directions, just stop, ask myself, or the other conductor will be more than happy to point you in the direction.
So across the river is the city of Smithers, West Virginia.
Go eat at the Burger Cart.
Yeah, go eat at Burger Cart. And Smithers is also the way to the Mount Olive Correctional Facility, which is the state penitentiary here in West Virginia. So. And taking a look at the Kanawha River here, as Adina pointed out, with the locks there in London, this looks, you know, it's still pretty wide, but it looks like the water is much, much more shallow. No, I'm not about to, you know, jump out of the train and go jump in the water, but...
It's 12 feet.
Yeah.
According to Mom's Virginia history textbook. They keep it at I think it's 12 up here, and then 20 further down. Not that I have my West Virginia history textbook memorized. I should do, but yeah.
So, we'll go ahead and take a short break, and we'll come back with you as we get closer towards Kanawha Falls. So, still in Fayette County here.
We're going to be in Fayette County for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, because this is a very big and remote county. But we continue to make our way eastward along the Kanawha River. We are coming up at the source of the Kanawha.
Well, but you got to go over Kanawha Falls first.
Right.
Look at the water here. You can't take a boat. Well, you could take a little boat, but not a little barge.
Yeah, you can start to see the rocks here because we're getting close.
Oh, there's that abandoned bridge right near Kanawha Falls.
Yeah, the bridge that is closed, and I don't think it's ever been open in my lifetime.
Closed for I think like 20 years.
Down through there is the community of Gauley Bridge, Glen Ferris, and there are the falls.
Oh, there are the falls.
And it looks like we're going to be moving away from it. course,
There's the power plant.
the power plant, the falls. You can, of course, check out our Fayette County video here that we did very, very early on in this channel's existence. But those falls are very, very loud as they disappear behind this rock. There they are.
Oh God, I love them.
And
you
of
don't
course,
get a full effect when you drive over there. This is the place to see them.
and of course the Glen Ferris Inn over there.
Oh yeah, I love the Glen Ferris Inn. It's almost 200 years old.
Seriously, go on a Sunday, have the baked steak.
Yes, and their hot rolls are to die for.
So as we continue up here, this is
This is still the Kanawha.
still the Kanawha at this point. But we will be coming to the genesis of the Kanawha here at Gauley Bridge.
Just right here. We're almost there.
And there'll be a very interesting sight to see in the river if we can see it through the trees.
So you never saw that from the car, Dave.
Nope.
Alright, there's Gauley Bridge. There's the bridge. There's the gully.
The Gauley.
Into the new.
The new.
This is now the new.
And then there's
the crosses. And then there's the bus.
the bus on the rocks.
There's the bus. The bus has been out there for decades and decades.
I think he's going on 60 years now of that bus being on the rocks. So.
Yeah. And there's the gas station we always stop at before we go up to Hawks Nest.
Yeah.
So now we are on the New River,
Yes.
which is actually a misnomer because it is the second oldest river in the world. Dave, what's the oldest?
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, are you in denial? Do you not know? The oldest is the Nile. The New River is the
I
second
forgot.
oldest.
All right.
So definitely not a new river. Definitely an old river. So I think of like when, you know, John Denver says life is old there. The New River is a perfect example of life being
Right.
old there.
Older
in
than
West
the trees and younger than the mountains.
Well, unlike Bridges, look at how the topography changes so quickly as you
Right.
head into the gorge. That above us is Gully Mountain, and if you've driven up that road, as you can see, it's headed up towards Hawks Nest. We've driven that many, many times. Up there. It's a whole different experience to be down here in the gorge. I mean, look at it.
The rocky terrain of the river versus the high mountain there.
So this is your first time seeing Hawks Nest from this perspective.
Right.
Man, I wish our window was clean.
I know. Maybe if we had another cloud or two.
Look at that. Well, it'll be cool to see the hydro plant from this perspective too.
Mm-hmm.
about, Mary Draper Ingalls coming through here on the cliffs, trying to get back to her family after she had been taken in as a captive. She didn't even have any shoes, and she was trying to get through here, climbing over these boulders and rocks. Little whitewater.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's the only kind of boat you're going to be able to take through here is a whitewater boat.
Right. Again, you see the rocks and the river there. The New River is known for some of the best whitewater rafting in the eastern United States. We shouldn't be too much further to Hawk's Nest, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's too much time until we get there. You don't really realize you're there. Look how low the river is.
I know.
You don't really realize that you're there until you see the dam. We're still technically in a drought, even though it's wintertime.
So, I mean, this summer we had a horrific drought here in West Virginia, and as you can see, the water being as low as it has been, and we had a little bit of snow not too long ago, but not enough to bring the water table back up. Go. Yes, it is.
We went into the Mystery Hole for the first time this past year. It was quite the experience. Definitely worth stopping and doing at least one time. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm in for a second time if we want to do it again. All right, there we go. There's a hydro plant there at Hawk's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 3-mile tunnel drilled from here to the Gauley River through this mountain. It generates hydroelectricity. And so up there on the hill, that is what they call Lover's Leap. And this is Hawk's Nest State Park. And look at these little tents, Dave.
Let's see that.
And we are going to go across the iconic train bridge that you can see from the top of Lover's Leap. Coming up soon. There's the train bridge.
And there's the lodge.
Yep, up there on the hill's lodge. And the train is supposed to be fixed and back open hopefully sooner than later. So, we are going to turn this into a multi-video trip. So we're going to end this part of the trip. So Dave, great experience.
So far.
All right, we'll catch you on another episode of West Virginia History with Mrs. B. Thanks, y'all, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to West Virginia History with Mrs. B on both Facebook and YouTube.